Good morning, all. For me, it is. I slept a tremendous amount. I needed it. I'm working hard over the last 3 days. Mark O'Reilly tagged me in a post by Rachel Notley's shadow finance minister. And I got to tell everybody, this is not the first time NDP has stolen mass amounts of intellectual property from me, or UCP too, and I really hope separatists right here in Alberta start to form together and start working together for a common good here, because, you know, it's a real travesty when I got to watch Rachel Notley, her shadow minister, acting like they know what they're talking about, steal all of my releases over the last month. And you know what, I've been screaming about her on Facebook, but both Rachel Notley and Jason Kenney have at least at minimum 5 to 10 times more of a following and sharing than I have. And I mean, they have all the money in the world to make that happen. They have people managing their social media. I'll never ever get shared as much as them. For my loyal followers, you know, they're running off all my numbers. They're running off all my question analysis. They haven't gone to the oil executives. I have. It's pretty bad that NDP's going to run on my coattails, at the same time calling me some kind of dirty, rotten scoundrel, some kind of leper of Alberta. But they sure love to steal my intellectual property every chance they can get and use it for their own benefit. But again, our charter doesn't protect your rights and freedoms into politics. So I guess it's fair game for NDP. No Albertans that, should Jason Kenney not be re-elected, which it very much looks as though he's not, it's going to be NDP at this point in time. We haven't moved enough masses. We haven't educated enough people. The separatist parties haven't promised Labour enough. A very simple thing to do in these most grievous times. Start promising Labour. Get away from the failing conservative value of always hurting working people. If you truly love Alberta, you'll do that, and that's where you're going to get your numbers. NDP's gone away from Labour, but I'll tell you that live today, a lot of people gravitating to it. And they absolutely believe that that useless shadow finance minister with NDP is responsible for all that work. But she isn't. It's clearly on my timeline. It's been stolen, shared to NDP, and they're using that great weapon because it gets such a high volume of return. And now it's my intellectual property stolen and used for NDP. Pretty sad, everybody. Pretty sad. And you better believe Reclamation's on there. And you know what? To find out the truth, talk to the oil companies who would not sign on as any kind of partner into that. There's where you get the contract details. That's how you find out. But that's for separatists. Get busy, get cracking. Because when you have NDP, Rachel Notley, shadow minister, out press releasing you, it's terrible. It's terrible because they are taking the fruits of the reward. All the voters are watching right now on mainstream TV and tonight and over the next day. Oh, look at that NDP. They're really on the ball. They're really managing our money. I'm going to vote for them. That's what a majority of the uneducated population is doing here in Alberta. Not running to separation, they're running to absolutely NDP. Flip-flop, that's what happens. Because people don't unify, people don't start looking at what has to be done, what has to be changed and put forward in policy and platform. Get away from radical conservatism that is all tied to the globalists. And you can't change that if you don't address those policies. And if you don't address the policies, guess what? You don't have people voting for you in mass number or joining your following. You all know it's true deep in your hearts. It's all about policy. It's all about press releasing, like the dirty NDP stealing my intellectual property, highlighting something that was successful, and all of a sudden it's theirs now. It should have been Paul Hinman up there doing that. He should have been doing that. This is what Albertans have to hear. It has to be through the media. And when you sit on your hands or you say, oh, I'm not going to fight these things, somebody else is beating you to the punch. Somebody else is diverting voters their way. And like I said, it's getting closer and closer. Minds are getting made up. And it's absolutely not for independence. It should be. Get cracking. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day. Going out to see my girls here and enjoy my weekend. Share this. Get it out there because it's important. People criticize me. Well, where are you on that stage when you needed to be? Where was Paul Hinman? Where was people like Marilyn Burns? Or where were others? Somebody for IPA. Somebody. The stuff was released. I put it out for over a month on this KXL. And now NDP is stealing the reward. Sad. Really sad.